All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call, Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. I don't want to ratazah. It'll be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Quadash. And this video might be a little bit long. I'm not sure. I had a couple scriptures lined up. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's not too long, but I don't want to rot this out. This will be edifying, exhorting, and comforting to the elect. All right? And as you can see on screen, I've got a picture of gold being refined. All right? This is gold being refined. And that at the bottom of the screen, you see those, like these black particles, these black, the black part in the gold in the big tub, in the big bath of gold. That's all the impurities rising to the top, you know. And that what they do is they filter out all the impurities, right? All the dross, all the all the inferior metals, okay? You know, so of course you already know what scripture I'm going to go to. And pretty much that's what this lesson centered around. The refining process. And, you know, I was just meditating on a couple things for myself, first and foremost. You know, basic milk precepts, foundational scriptures about faith, patience, enduring. And I said just a bunch of scriptures were coming, were supping with me. So I said, let me do a little lesson on it. I don't want to rot this out again. It'll be exhorting, edifying, and comforting to the elect. All right. And what I was gonna say, probably I'm not sure what I'm gonna entitle it, but you know, let's get the scripture first. Let's get the scripture. The main scripture that was in my mind, obviously, which is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. The main point is in 4, right? We know it. Cornerstone scripture. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Adawan, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright. We know the Hebrew word for heart is your lob, your mind. Get your mind right. Prepare yourself, right? Count the cost. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. And, you know, another, like I said, the refining process, gold being tried, that was in my mind. Patience, you know, patience and enduring. I'll come back to that. All right. The word patient, Salaka, let me get the online etymology first. The word patient means to suffer, all right? Suffering, as you can see. From the Latin, patient, suffering, okay? So that's what this thing is about, being patient and enduring. And that's the main reason why that, and endure from the Latin means to harden, to make hard, okay? So what I was thinking was, you know, we all catching hell. We all going through different trials and tribulations. You know, that's the condition of the battle. You know, it's a straight gate, a position of difficulty, and there's a bunch of trials and tribulations along the way. You know, a lot of offenses. You know, but as it's gonna say, which we know, whatever's brought upon thee, take cheerfully, when thou art changed to a lower state. All right, we got to learn to be patient and endure, you know, which really, it's hardening us. It's giving us this thick, first and foremost, this refining process is getting out all of the impurities, you know. That way we're becoming new creatures in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. We're putting off the old man, you know. We're becoming, out of one and Rathazah, we keep enduring to the end. We'll be blameless in that day when Yahweh Shai HaMashiach returns, okay? You know? So it's also hardening us so that we'll be able to stand the times to come, the things to come. You know, our faith is being built. Our mind, first and foremost, spiritually, we're being built up to be able to withstand the great evils that are about to come upon the earth. These little trials and tribulations and afflictions and offenses that come, it's nothing. It's a light thing, man, compared to what's about to take place on the earth. So I'm kind of all over the place. I don't want to write this out. It comes together and it makes sense. But yeah, again, this is the definition of patient on Google, which I done brought out the etymology. Being patient means to suffer. Okay, suffering is from the Latin to suffer, suffering. All right, and endure means to harden. Okay, so this is a quick Google definition of patient. It says patient, able to accept or tolerate delays, problems, or sufferings without becoming annoyed or anxious. So, like I said, I was meditating on it. We're becoming thick-skinned, man. When you're in the world, or when you first come into this truth, when you're a babe, which we are still babes, we're worms, but as you grow, you desire the sincere milk to grow thereby. We grow in this truth. We grow in faith. We growing out in grace. And we become again new creatures. Okay, and a part of that process is you learn to develop thick skin. Something that may have ticked you off in the past or got under your skin it doesn't get under your skin anymore. Because basically these trials, it's like a game, a video game. It's a simulation. It's a perfect simulation to get us to the elect. I don't want to write this out. We be of that number. It's a perfect simulation from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to get us to the end. And there's different stages. There's different levels. When you first come into this thing, you're on the easy level. And as you progress, the closer and closer we get to the end, it gets harder and harder. The trials become harder. The tests become harder. But the trials and the tests, the levels are based upon the previous levels. The bosses may get a little bit tougher, but it's the same routine. It's the same thing pretty much. It's just a variation of it. So I say that to say what's happening. You become tougher and tougher. The things that used to get you, used to maybe stumble in the first levels, took you a while, but through patience, you didn't give up, you didn't tap out, you kept fighting, you kept pushing. You passed that level, you got to the next level, and the next level, the next stage, and each you're getting better and better at the game, if you can receive it. You see? So hopefully that's making sense. So again, it says patient, able to accept or tolerate delays, problems, or sufferings without becoming annoyed or anxious. The patience and the faith of the saints. We got to learn to patiently, take cheerfully. That's why this was ringing in my mind. Which verse 4. Well, I'm starting the top again, but I just want to read 4 and then I'll read endure. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. Whatever you're going through, whatever it may be, the different trials and tribulations and offenses, whatever hell you catching. It's, hey, man, I was really in my mind, I was like, man, it's an honor. The Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for putting hell upon us. Because if he didn't put this fire on us, we'd be complacent, lackadaisical, but nah, this fire, this trial, these tribulations, it keeps us hastening the day. It keeps us on fire for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It keeps us focused, it keeps our eye on the prize, that this is not our rest. Okay? So the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. The Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Brakatha Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So this is the quick Google definition of endure, which we done looked at the etymology. It says to suffer something painful or difficult patiently. Okay? It says the second definition, remain in existence, last. We gotta endure. We gotta we gotta last all the way to the end. Make it to the end. That's the mark. Okay? Be faithful unto death. and we shall receive a crown of life. Okay? And what allows us to endure? That's being hardened, that thick skin, you know, conquering these different levels, just sticking it out, toughen it out, you know, if you may have it. Okay? So going back to Ecclesiasticus 2:1, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord out of one, prepare thy soul for temptation, because you're going to get tested. You're going to get tested. That goes without saying. And you're going to keep getting tested. And our greatest test, our greatest trial hasn't arrived yet. It's on the door, the hour of temptation. That's the greatest test. That's the final stage. That's the boss stage, you know? And all the things that we're going through now is preparing us for that time, the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble, a lot of betrayal, heartbreak, a lot, you know, a lot of death, you know, evil times are on the horizon. But hey, I don't want to rot this out. We'll be able to endure all the way to the end. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him, unto who? Yahweh Bashem Hawashai, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. And we are in a lower state. We're worms, man. You know? You know, we're in this flesh, these what we call it? These weak ass bodies, man. You know? So it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Okay? Again, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord out of one, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Yeah, like Job said, though he slay him, though Yahweh slays him, he will keep his integrity. Okay? So that's why I had that picture up of the refining process. Okay? You know? Gold is tried in the furnace. That furnace is the trials and tribulations that you go through. You know, the hell that you catch. Hey, Benjamin has a saying, like, I think it's Capleton. They call him the fireman. More fire, more fire. And what they say, the fire is for what he said, the fire is for the purification. You know, the fire is to purify you, to get out that dross, man. Okay, the impurities. Okay. So this is when I googled gold fire refining process on Google, it says the door has to go through a trial by fire. The door has to go through a trial by fire at a refinery. That's this thing of ours, this straight gate to the kingdom, in an exciting process called refining. Hey, it's exhilarating. It's, hey man, hey, Elder Pastor Hart said you got to learn to love to suffer. Okay, hey, it is what it is. It's the cost of the battle. It is what it is. It comes with it. These trials and tribulations, these ups and downs. The downs make the ups 10 times better. Okay? It is in an exciting process called refining. It is re-liquefied in a furnace and then heaped with generous amounts of soda, ash, and borax. This effectively separates the gold from impurities and other metal traces. All right? All the bullshit that Esau Edom programmed in us from a young age, from birth. Okay? By taking heed to this word, we renew our minds. Okay? So that's the point. Let's I don't want to make it too long. I got a couple scriptures. Let me see if I can run through them. I don't know if I'm gonna hit them all. This is 2 Peter's. A bunch of scriptures came to mind. I could this topic, this lesson, you could be here all day, man. But I don't want to rot this out. It's edifying and exhorting, man. I was meditating on it myself, catching hell and little bullshit, and I was just laughing. I was laughing how little shit that I used to just blow up on and get angry and frustrated about it don't phase you no more, you know. And that's that thick skin. You're becoming hardened, seasoned, you know. So this is 2 Timothy 2:3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Hamashiach. All right, that's what we are. We're soldiers for Yahweh Shai. You know, and a soldier's hard. He's hard. He's, you know, we're standing on that post, that watch, that on that tower. You know, out there on the front lines, shaking the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble. You know, but we catching hell. It ain't just, we know, we're catching hell, but it is what it is. We got a job to do. We got to bring out this word, this gospel, feed the Lord's sheep, warn the people, get the blood off our hands, bid them to the marriage, fish for the elect, no matter what, okay? No matter what we're going through, we got to endure it. We got to suffer it. We got to be patient, okay? You know? This is Hebrews 12:11. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous but grievous. Yeah, nobody really likes to catch hell, you know. But as you the longer you're in this thing, you learn to it becomes joyous. It's not grievous anymore. It's grievous when you first enter into this thing, okay. But once you have the full understanding, you see the growth. Just like when you go to the gym, you know, when you first start off, you're a beginner. You know, it's very painful. You're sore. You know, you're like, damn, you know. But then what happens? You start to see the muscles pop. You start to see your body change, you know. And then you start to, you understand the process. You understand the process, the end game, the goal, you know. So then what? What Arnold Schwarzenegger said in Pumping Iron? He said, I love the burn. I love the burn. I think that's what he called it, the burn. You know, when you get that lactic acid, the pump. He said you chase the pump, you're chasing the pump. You know, he said it's better than having sex, it's better than an orgasm. You know, because he knows what comes after the pump, after, you know, the growth. You know, so again, despise not the chastening of the Lord. You know, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. You know, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure. Whatever Yahweh Shai throws at you, it's a perfect simulation to get you to the end, you know, to the boss level, to the boss stage. And I don't want to rot this out. We gonna beat the last level with flying colors, man. We gonna be perfect, you know. It says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. And these trials and tribulation, that exercises you, chiefly exercises your mind, exercises your faith. You know, how about Yahweh Shai is saying, are you going to endure to the end, or are you going to tap out? Are you going to be faint? Are you, or are you going to trust in Him? You know, be faithful unto death. This is Galatians 6:9. And let us not be weary in well-doing. You know, what's the well-doing? This thing of ours. You know, feeding the Lord's sheep, doing these video epistles, going out there on the highways and the byways. You know, fighting the good fight of faith. You know, let us not be weary. Yahweh Shai said, woe to you that lost patience. Okay, that tapped out, that took your hand from the plow. You know. No man looking back is fit for the kingdom. No man taking his hand from the plow looking back is fit for the kingdom. You know? Woe to you that lost patience. What are you going to do when Yahweh Shai visits you? Okay? So we don't want to be them that draw back. You know? We want to occupy till the Lord comes. Till Yahweh Shai comes. We want to be that faithful servant. So Yahweh Shai can say, well done. You know? So again, Galatians 6:9, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. And everybody's going to reap whatever they've been sowing. I don't want to rot the zah. We're sowing righteous seeds, so we'll reap a righteous reward, while the world is sowing wicked seeds. So they're gonna reap a wicked reward. All right? This is Ecclesiasticus 10:4, the power of the earth, because he said in due time, right? I'll read that again. It says, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season, you know, no man knoweth the exact hour. All right. But we know we're close. No man knoweth but Yahweh. Not even Yahweh Shai HaMashiach knows. But through measuring the time diligently in itself, filtering everything through the scriptures, watching the news, we can see that a victory is nigh. Our salvation is nigh. Redemption is nigh. All right? So it says, Ecclesiasticus 10:4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord Adawan, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And we know that's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It starts with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, right? But guess what? We're joint heirs with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, okay? You know, so hey, we gonna be set on high, man. These lowly fishes gonna turn to hunters. And we waiting on that day patiently, enduring, suffering, you know? You know? This is Second Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, hey, Barakatha Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Thawadi Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You didn't wake up bugged out, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai kept that spirit upon us. He didn't take away that Rakah Kwadash. That's what keeps us going. We have a sound mind, through all the bullshit that we go through, the trials and tribulations. This wisdom and knowledge is the stability of our times and strength of salvation. We still believe and we can see, Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, because this is gift. Faith is a gift. Being able to believe, having, this thing of ours. It's mercy from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. He could have bugged you out, with the rest of the world. All right? Or he could have required your soul back, called you back to the spirit world, and then you can't fight no more. All right? So being that we're alive, we have breath in our body, we have a sound mind. What? Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not. We're going to keep pushing to the best of our ability. Keep fighting the good fight of faith. You know? So this is Luke 18:1. And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint. And that's what we do. Pray constantly, right? And really what you should pray for is the spirit to endure. Pray for the spirit to endure whatever's brought upon thee. This is a couple more. We're gonna wrap it up. I really wanted to do I might bring it out in another lesson. Second Peter's I went back through Second Peter chapter 1. The whole chapter was fire, man. I might just read just verse 7, a little bit of 1, but the whole chapter was fire. But I don't want to make this too long. All right, so I'll wrap it up. This is Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Adawan, until the day that I rise up. Slakia, the Lord Yahweh, Slakia. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured by the fire of my jealousy. And we're going through the fire now, so we don't have to go through the fire with the world. Okay? I'd rather go through this fire, all right? This spiritual fire, than the actual physical fire, man. Okay? This is Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Yeah, because in due time, he's going to set up one that's profitable. And, hey, we're joint heirs with Yahweh Bashim, with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Yahweh Shai said we're going to do greater things than he did. All right? So, hey, that's why we keep fighting. We keep pushing. Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And that's what he's doing with this refining process. This is First Peter's 1 and 6. 1 and 6. Wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations, that the trial of your faith, being more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua Hamashiach. Okay, the whole chapter is good, but that's the point. All right, we're looking to be found blameless. We're looking to be found worthy. You see. 1 John 3 and 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. Because right now we're babes, we're worm, we're insignificant to the masses, But hey, I don't want to rot we be of that number. Hey, especially the men that's out there teaching, the 144,000, the servants, the prophets. Hey, hey, we the creme de la creme, man. And the believers too, the 1/3 innumerable amount of believers. We're the first fruits, man, the first spirits created. Right along with Yahushua Hamashiach. You know, and we're gonna be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. So it says, beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be, because we're the insignificant ones. We're the filth, proverbs and bywords, But hey, man, we're gonna get the last laugh. Yahweh Shai is gonna vindicate us, but we know that when He shall appear, we shall be like Him. We're gonna be changed. We're gonna get that incorruptible body, just like our big brother. Okay, that's what we're waiting on. For we shall see Him as He is. Okay, and that's what we're waiting on. That day when He rises up to the prey. That day when He makes up His jewels. I'm going to close out here. Malachi 3 and 17. And they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, in the day when I make up my jewels. Right? Who are His jewels? The elect. And I will spare them. That's what we're hoping for, to be spared. We're hoping to have that thawa around us, that spiritual mark exempt from judgment. And I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. Right? You see? And that's what the fire is for, the purification. All right? This fire is purifying us, man. That we'll be able to be worthy in that day when Yahweh Bashem Yahushai gathers His elect. I don't want to rot us out. We'll be of that number. Okay? So, hey, man, keep pushing. Keep fighting. We're close. Shalom. Wa abad babal. Kwam Nesharala.